let me switch gears a little bit. I had mentioned, Anne, that it's a cohort program. Can you talk a little bit about how your cohort worked and how you met, and was it valuable? And
gladly. So I would first, I guess I would first sort of springboard from what you just said, Michael. I think that probably the majority of my cohort mates were doing projects in their, either connected with their organizations or with some professional thread to them. And I would also say, before I move on to the cohort, that although the project ended up being something which had, I guess, a personal interest angle to it, going through the project series gave me a toolkit that I have since been able to deploy personally and professionally in the process of any project. So it had sort of a broader lens. But to the cohort, your question, what can I say about my cohort? A rich group of folks. In a way, the beating heart of my program experience. It's completely online. I mean, we're looking forward to the day when we can all, meet in person. But actually, the online classes and other collaboration, as in small groups, particularly, or in class groups, gave us an opportunity to get to know each other over the first 14 months of the program in particular. We all stuck together like glue in different ways and supported each other, and the learnings that I got from folks across the country and from overseas just sort of deepened every step of the program. Online learning, I was pleasantly surprised because I thought that it might seem remote and detached, but there were a number of different ways for us to connect and collaborate in a way that in a sort of a non-standard environment that many of us find ourselves still working in today and through the pandemic was actually an excellent way to stay connected. So that was a challenge that almost solved itself through the functional aspects. Other than that, from a strategy standpoint, I think, again, that the cohort model really allowed us to support each other because everybody's going to run into a place where they need a sounding board, support, ideas beyond our own little frames or selves. So those were some of the key strategies. And if I may, you hadn't specifically asked me about the faculty, but professors were tremendously flexible. And I think that was another really important strategic element, was being able to reach out and get support and individual input where needed.
Robin, any questions or comments from people online?
I
feel free to ask Anne questions.
Yes, absolutely, for our attendees. I have a question, Anne. So when I came into the program, I had been out of school for a very long time. How did you find returning to an academic situation after being out of school for a while? How was that transition for you?
Well, I think key to that has been the flexibility of the program. Honestly, I work full time. In addition to my work with Aeris, I have my own practice looking at different kinds of fixed income investments for socially responsible and impact investors. So I'm busy. I thought I was busy before,
Wow.
but it wasn't like being an undergrad. The flexibility was really key. And I'm one of those candidates Michael mentioned who is in fact taking it out over a 24-month period so that I'm able to take a few more courses together when I have a bit more time, and then stretch things out a bit more to let me dedicate myself to, my range of duties and responsibilities. So I have found it actually more flexible and more integratable with the rest of my life than perhaps I might have thought.